Welcome back to the deep dive. Ready to go spelunking for some epic loot. This time we're delving deep into the Nirabar Palace, the hottest new raid in World of Warcraft, and let me tell you, these articles you send over are buzzing with all the juicy details.
And it sounds like it's more than just a loot pinata this time around, right? I
Yeah.
mean, Queen Ansarek, the whispers of the severed threads. It's giving me chills just thinking about it.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking whispers of conspiracies, monstrous guardians, a queen teetering on the edge, all playing out in the echoing depths of Ajka. Blizzard really knows how to set a scene, don't they?
They really do. And the
Yeah.
boss encounters themselves sound absolutely brutal. Just take Olgrax the Devourer, for example. Driven mad by an insatiable hunger, they say. We're talking like Seathun-level hunger, but with an Arubian twist.
Oh man, those flashbacks to classic WoW.
Right. But it's more than just another raid boss to beat down. It's about uncovering the lore, understanding what drove him to this point. There's a depth to it that we don't always see.
See, that's what I love about how Blizzard weaves these storylines. It's like those little lore breadcrumbs they throw in. Reminds me of the whole Illidan storyline. Everyone thought he was the big bad, then bam, total plot twist.
Totally. Speaking of mysteries, there's also Nexus Princess Keveza.
Mm.
No one seems to know quite where her loyalties lie. Friend, foe, or something.
Yeah.
Stranger. The article hints at a dark secret, something with the potential to shake the Nerubian Empire to its core.
Ooh, intrigue. I do love a good mystery, although it seems like Blizzard is leaning into those classic WoW tropes with this raid, wouldn't you say? Conflicting loyalties, hidden agendas. And then there's the Silken Court, two advisors locked in a power struggle. Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
And a whole lot of headaches for any raid group brave enough to step foot in there.
Yeah.
It's those classic encounters where you're fighting multiple enemies with interconnected mechanics. Every move you make has the potential to tip the balance.
Exactly. Sounds like this raid will keep even the most seasoned raiders on their toes.
Absolutely. This isn't just about brute force. Players will need a deep understanding of each boss's abilities, combined with lightning-fast reflexes if they want to survive.
So, with all these nods to previous expansions, Wrath of the Lich King especially, what is it that makes Nirabar Palace stand out? Why is everyone so hyped for this one?
I think it's the focus on Queen Ansarek and the enigmatic Sareki. This isn't just about thwarting another ancient evil. It's about peeling back the layers of Nerubian society, understanding their motivations, their rituals.
It's like an archaeological dig, but instead of pottery shards, we're uncovering secrets that could reshape the fate of Azeroth. Now, that's what I call high stakes. And speaking of uncovering things, let's talk about the real treasures buried within this raid. The loot. New raid, new gear, and wow, Blizzard really went all out this time.
Yeah, those exhumed Centurion's relics for Death Knights.
Yeah,
Those are slick.
right. I can already see the screenshots flooding Reddit.
But it's not just about looking fabulous, is it? We're
Mhm.
talking serious stat boosts here. Imagine those set bonuses in action, taking on Ulgrax with a juiced-up shadow damage output. Oh, baby.
Or how about facing down Keveza with that sweet, sweet increased run speed? Talk about a lifesaver.
Absolutely. Although, let's be real for a second. The real prize, the one everyone's going to be grinding for till their fingers bleed, is that Sareki Skyrazor mount.
Oh, 100%. It just screams, I conquered Nurabar Palace and all I got was this lousy mount. But seriously, this mount is awesome.
Right. And it's not just a mount, it's a status symbol in Azeroth. That feeling of, yeah, I put in the work, I earned this. Remember how long it took to get your Raven Lord back in the day?
Oh, don't even remind me. Weeks of my life I'll never get back. But hey, that sense of accomplishment when it finally dropped, priceless.
Exactly. And, everyone with that mount has a story. It's a shared badge of honor.
It's what makes those grinds worth it, right? The shared experience. Okay, so, mounts check. But we can't forget achievements. Did you see that Glory of the Nurabar Raider? Even the name is intimidating.
Yeah, it's a doozy. And the reward is nothing to sneeze at either, that shadowed Swalmite mount. But some of these achievements, missed them by that much. Having to use those abyssal conduits to travel under Queen Ansarek during the frothing gluttony fight.
Talk about a high-pressure situation.
Right, one wrong step and you're toast.
Wrecked. Exactly. Although some of those achievement names, though, slimy yet satisfying, Cowabunga, they definitely don't scream hardcore challenge.
The devs like to have a little fun with it. But don't let the names fool you. Even those easier achievements require a deep understanding of the mechanics and some serious team coordination, especially on Mythic difficulty.
Which is where the real action happens. Speaking of action, did you hear about that world first race drama?
Oh yeah, nail-biting stuff.
This PC Gamer article really dives into it, the whole M fired up in Splinter Storm bug situation. People were up in arms. For those who missed it, mind giving us a quick rundown of what went down?
Sure. Basically, there was a bug with the mage spell Splinter Storm. Usually, it hits your target immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't have a valid target selected, the spell would kind of store up its damage.
Sneaky.
Yeah. And M fired up, being the absolute legend that he is, realized he could exploit this by, get this, targeting himself and using a separate targeting system to attack the boss.
Wait, what?
It's wild, right? And it allowed him to build up these massive Splinter Storm stacks before unleashing them all at once for insane damage.
So, like, clever use of game mechanics or straight up exploit? It sounds like the article mentioned he was trying to hide it on stream, which had people talking.
Yeah, it definitely sparked a huge debate.
Mm-hmm.
Some argue it was fair play. Any skilled mage could have done it, right? Others say it went against the spirit of the competition.
Ah, the age-old debate. To exploit or not to exploit, that is the question.
Right. And when you're talking about the world first race, those stakes are high.
No kidding. But it makes you think about the pressure those players are under, right? The drive to be the best, the first. Sometimes it can lead to some interesting choices.
Definitely adds another layer to the whole thing.
It does. But you know what? Enough about bugs and drama for now. Let's end on a lighter note. Because while some were grappling with the ethics of spell mechanics, others were celebrating some truly epic achievements. Or in one case, experiencing a rather unfortunate mishap.
Ah, the highs and lows of Azeroth. Never a dull moment, that's for sure.
Speaking of epic, did you see the story about a player who just hit 1,000 mounts collected?
1,000.
1,000. This wasn't some overnight thing either. This player, Lasco Leafblower, has apparently been playing for, get this, 20 years.
Wow.
20 years of chasing down rare spawns, grinding rep, running old raids. Talk about dedication.
That's more than just dedication. That's like a lifestyle.
Right. I mean, think about all the changes World of Warcraft has gone through in 20 years. This player's seen it all.
New expansions, class reworks, the rise and fall of entire playstyles. It's wild to think about.
And through it all, they're just out there collecting mounts. It's like their own personal museum of Azeroth's history,
I love that.
And it's not just the sheer number either. The article mentioned they spent over 400 attempts just to get the Tombstalker mount from King's Rest. 400.
Can you imagine the willpower?
The frustration, the elation when it finally dropped.
It gives me chills just thinking about it.
That's the magic of WoW right there. It's those long-term goals, the sense of achievement that comes from finally reaching them, even if it takes years.
Totally. It reminds me I need to log in and check on my time-lost proto-drake farm.
Good luck with that. You'll be at it for a while. Speaking of luck, or maybe the lack thereof, our next story is a bit of a cautionary tale. Remember the ethereal soul trader? That super rare pet from the, 2008 trading card game expansion?
Wait, the one that goes for millions on the auction house?
That's the one. Well, it seems a player accidentally sold theirs for 1/10 of its value.
You're kidding.
Nope. A classic case of didn't check the number of zeros, I guess.
Ouch. That's gotta hurt.
Talk about a bad day in Azeroth.
Right. We've all made mistakes, but
Yeah.
that's a tough one to swallow.
It's a good reminder to always double check before you hit that sell button, especially when you're dealing with anything rare.
3 times, even.
Exactly. But hey, it makes you think, right? About the highs and lows of the game, those moments that stick with you, for better or for worse.
It's what makes World of Warcraft so captivating.
Totally. Well, there you have it, folks. Another deep dive, another glimpse into the heart of Azeroth. From incredible feats of dedication to those oops moments that make you want to facepalm, it's clear that Nurabar Palace is more than just a raid. It's a microcosm of the WoW experience itself. And who knows what stories await us next. Until next time, may your loot be legendary and your adventures unforgettable.